Hello everybody and welcome to the Fertile Crescent. This is a little game that's been on my watch list for a while. It's got a really striking art style. It's a classic RTS game with kind of combining elements of Age of Empires and a little bit of Stronghold. This is one that I've seen popping up from time to time for a while now, and because of that, I've just kind of decided, yeah, this is something that I have to take the time to look at. Now, I do want to preface this entire video with the fact that I am terrible at this kind of game. There is a multiplayer demo available. The game is releasing on the 29th of March, 2022, and I have yet to touch the multiplayer because I can't even make a dent in the single player on the baby difficulty. So you're gonna have to wish me luck here. We do have our normal options in the settings menu. You know, you got your scroll screen, your windows, UI, the UI scaling. I really wish that they would just give us a slider. They say that it's optimized to the size of your screen. Please just give me a slider. I don't care if it looks ugly. If I want to make the UI bigger, let me make the UI bigger, okay? Over here in the gameplay, you know, you got your smart unit selection, which is one of my favorite features that this game has. If you make a click and drag a large box, it'll only select the military units. Lovely feature. Every game should have that. And this is just analytics so that they can balance the game better. Then, of course, your sound settings. And then included in the early access version of the game, we have Skirmish Mode, we have Horde Mode, and I'm assuming a campaign, but obviously in development, so we don't have access to that just yet. So I'm going to jump into the Skirmish Mode and proceed to get demolished. These are all of the difficulty levels that are available. I initially started off on familiar, thinking, oh, I'm familiar with RTS games, and I just got rushed by the AI. So we're going to do our best to kind of give you a very brief kind of example of this game, what this game has to offer, with me getting creamed into a red paste on the floor. All right? How's that sound? Let's dive in. And then after that, maybe we can take a look at Horde Mode as well. Horde Mode is pretty similar to your standard Skirmish Mode, except obviously it's a Horde Mode instead. So one thing that I think is kind of cool about this game is this is your tech tree, right? This is your tech points. You earn tech points by having a surplus of food. Food is something that your people are always consuming, unlike in Age of Empires where you just have a static number of food. This is more like Stronghold or even Supreme Commander, where it's a dial. You're either gaining food, holding steady, or losing food, which makes it a little bit more of a management game, which is very interesting to me. We start off with 40 food here, and we're going to immediately start dropping because we are eating 6 food per day, or in-game tick, whatever that is. We have 5 people currently. That is the number of buildings we have, our wood, our stone, and our metal. It's very simple. Right? Well, not stone, clay bricks, sorry. So the resources are very simple and minimal. You have food, which is your most important. You have to balance that. You have your wood, which is got from cutting down trees, obviously. Clay bricks, which are pulled out of clay pits, which are a building that is constructed on marshlands. And you have your metals, which is then in a furnace turned into stuff to be used with the military. This is our tech tree. It is very simple. There's no ages or anything in this game. It is very much the boiled down to its minimal possible parts RTS game. So this is our mother of the village who is going to found our village. We're going to find somewhere very close by, probably like right close to some fruit trees, which I'm not seeing right now. Or how about right there? That's just where we're going to start. So I can just tell everybody to start working on it. She's going to give us a big boost and become the building. Bonk, see, there it goes. And then they're all going to run off and start gathering foodstuffs. One of the first things I'm going to do once we get this is we now have a scout, but I'm going to grab one of my villagers and I'm going to get them to make us a clay pit, which is just going to go right here. And now immediately my village center is building me villagers. It's just going to produce villagers over time. And that's one of the ways that this game kind of streamlines the classic RTS feel, because it's just constantly pumping out villagers as you have space. For military, you construct them manually, and once again, you need surpluses of food to be able to get any resources. Very much an economy game. So because there is... Oh, there's our enemy right here. Oh, that was quick. Let's see if I can just... keep an eye on what they're doing. Now, because it's very much going to be an economy game, you're going to be competing for these little oases, hence the Fertile Crescent and the name of the game. These little oases are filled with spots for farms, fertile ground, which is the darkest green, less fertile, almost infertile, and then sand, which is dead. All you can do is build on it. Immediately, I see the strategical possibilities of this game. kind of the ability that it's going to have in the future in the hands of a more skilled player, I would assume, to become very much a fighting for land kind of game, and that is very exciting to me. I love the variety in the pixel art and the general look of the game. I kind of wish there was a bit more of a berry picking animation. It's a little hard to tell if they're picking berries or if they're just kind of idling. But aside from that, visually, I think this game is kind of stunning. It reminds me of old Age of Empires without straying too far from the source material, and at the same time, not looking old. And, you know, generally for me, it's often art style that makes me look at a new game immediately, which is kind of ironic that, you know, I'm legally blind and my eyesight's getting worse every year, yet at the same time, I'm attracted to games visually first. Ain't that kind of funny? So I'm just going to get us a barracks down here real quick. We are doing primarily foraging for our food supplies right now and gathering wood. We are about to gain ourselves a tech point, which can be spent on important things, such as not dying of starvation. You're going to go over there and start gathering food from that fruit tree. I'm also going to throw a granary up here because this is probably going to end up being where most of my farms are going to go later down the line. And you, right there, are going to build us I could almost build a furnace, because that's going to allow me to build better military, essentially. Maybe not a bad idea to do right off the bat. So let's just give it a sec until I have the access to it. Yada, yada, yada. I just need another 5 bricks, which comes from this. That night, I also think that the music is very hypnotic in a good way. All right, let's get the furnace constructed. My military is going to go up there. So all of these different units require different buildings to be constructed in order to build them. We're going to speed up wood cutting, because I'm going to need a lot of these trees cleared out so that we can start building farms instead. The game in its tutorial doesn't recommend that you start off with farms because they take resources to, like, build, but I don't know, fight me. I'm going to pause them up there and actually just get them to real quick make us a resource camp in the middle of all of this so that I can start hacking down trees faster. It's basically just cutting down the distance, right?
Oh.
All right, you're going to go down here and start gathering metals. Because obviously I need some metals. And you are going to build another farm right here. As soon as I have the wood for it. My people are starving, which is obviously not optimal. That's okay, though. They'll live briefly. And then they'll cease to live. And at which point then, you know, we'll have bigger problems. Let's build. I can't, because we have that big old negative food problem. So our little scout up here is getting his face kicked, which is not nice for him. But, you know, at least they're not dead yet. All right, we do have food incoming now a little bit. I'm going to transfer some of these villagers up to food. So the farms that have people farming on them have the little farm head icon on them. The game's actually very clear, which is something that I was worried about when I was looking at preview material of this game, is that it wouldn't communicate itself visually in a way that was immediately obvious. But turns out I was very much incorrect with that concern. The game does a very good job of, like, displaying one thing from another thing, good things from bad things, things you should pay attention to and things that you can ignore. Maybe just an option to, like, highlight the fruit trees would be, like, one of the only things I would ask for. And here comes the enemy with their early rush, and I don't even have a dude yet, so, this is, like I was saying, they're very quick. They're very, very, very quick. And I am not. All right, so we've got our first soldier being built here. Come on, There is a very simple attack command, which is just Q move. Fortunately, they'll kill my villagers, which means I won't need as much food. I guess that's a benefit. A little dark, but it's a benefit. There are also a bunch of upgrades that... There's a bunch of upgrades that make your villagers better at combat. Okay, so the fighting is happening over there. We're building an archery range to hopefully be able to fend them back a little better. While also trying to get some food rolling.
Yeah.
Go back to harvesting all of the wood. So we're ticking down 19 food every 10 seconds. I know that currently we only have 3 food, which means we're about to have a problem. Let's just make more farms. Over here, you're going to, once again, make more farms. You're going to go start mining some metals. But yeah, this hopefully has been a very brief little look at the Fertile Crescent so far. Of course, like if you have any thoughts or interests or questions, feel free to leave them down beneath this video. My people are still starving because, well, I'm not very good at this game. Which is like the theme of this whole video, is that I'm not very good at this, but I can show you. Do as I say, not as I do. Play and enjoy video games. Just don't be as bad at me as them as me. All right, so I do have a few slingers over here. These guys are pretty helpful. Once we can get a couple more soldiers in with the slingers, things will be a bit more efficient. We're still dealing with this starving issue. Bit of a bummer overall, if I do say so myself. Also, our clay pit is finished, so I am no longer acquiring new bricks, meaning I need to construct a new clay pit. We're going to do that. Just going to get them to drop off their resources first. All right, we've got some more soldiers coming to fight with us. We've got the one guy up front and then just a couple slingers, which appears to be not working out in our favor. Building a couple of soldiers. Fortunately, our soldiers dying means our food requirements do go down. I'm going to give us one of these. Looks like we got some more soldiers coming. I'm hoping that if we can get a little tower constructed, we can get some dudes on top of it to hopefully get some format of actual defense. Thinking like we build that little tower there and then a little wall next to it. Fortunately, there isn't much left of their invasion force here. Sending in my villagers. They're not, like, really what you want to be sending into battle all the time, but hey, they'll work. All right. And get some more slingers in. Hopefully I can put them on the tower after the fight. And this is always just constructing units for me, too, so I don't need to worry about restocking my villagers too much. All right, so now I should be able to garrison them up there, at the very least one of them. And there we go. So now I got dudes garrisoned up top. They have further reach and vision. Nice features. I'm gonna move you two up here. Uh-oh, that's suboptimal. Never mind, I'm not gonna move you up here. Instead, I'm gonna go back here and pray. You are going to go build another farm, I think. 413. Stuff left in that. Boot you down. Move you up. But yeah, this is the first time I've felt this way about an RTS game in a very, very, very long time. It does a very good job of capturing that kind of nostalgia trip that I want from a game like this without adding too much to it to muddy the formula and making enough small changes that I'm very fond of a lot of the changes, actually. You can go up here. You can also go up there. Does also give them better range, which is also nice. And my fourth slinger can also go up there into that little tower. All right. Queue up some more slingers. And we are going to take better farming speed because we did have a surplus briefly. Very briefly. Very, very, very briefly. So they should be able to hit more pretty soon. Okay. Actually have some melee soldiers. We're gonna need to go skirmish with them next. Let's see if I can take this guy out. This little scout. Kill their vision. Another thing is hunting. Certain creature types are actually like shockingly strong. Wild boars are one of those. So you'll often want to use your military units to assist. Or at least that's what I find. Let's back these two up. Bring them in range of the little smacking tower. Let's throw another tower down there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We lack housing. So I'm queuing up 4 units, and I've told them to, once they spawn, to just go beyond that tower that I'm building over there. We do actually have that food surplus now, which is good, and we're getting research points. Slowly, but surely. And we're also building more housing down here. We've got more people coming in. There we go. We're gonna start foraging that. We've got even more space breaking up back here, which is real nice. Got some soldiers coming in. Just get you into there, and you also into there. There you go. Gives them that unfair vantage point, which is what we want to see. Now we can be hitting back on that, which is good. So workshop is the next thing I think that I'm working towards. But we need the palace to construct that, which requires a lot of food and other things. This is actually not a bad little setup here. I'm quite fond of this. Just these 2 soldiers on separate sides. Okay, I think we're going to put another tower up here. Because they're literally camping like right next to me over there. This is also stopping their villagers and scouts from sneaking in. We do kind of have a bit of a surplus of food currently. I should take the opportunity to build a couple more soldiers. As well as some more slingers for this tower. And then in the middle here, we're going to build another granary. There we go. I was going to say, I'm going to build another granary, but I don't have the resources, apparently. It's going to get them to finish building this. Forging. Which they should be doing. Like I said, the animation for forging is way too hard to notice. 2 more farms back here. And apparently I have an unhuman farm. There you go. Let's humanify that farm. Some people need humidifiers. I need humanifiers. Okay. But this is about where I think this game starts to shine, because you kind of end up with this little kind of back and forth, which I do think is quite satisfying. Like, it really, really, really captures that classic RTS feel in the best way. There we go. Give us the advantage. But I just really like this food balancing system. Militia villagers who are within the village center palace gain village. Yeah, so this is the upgrade that I was talking about earlier that upgrades my villagers. All right, so that's what we're looking at right now. We need to get ourselves a palace. But we are damn close to getting ourselves a palace. We basically need... We're basically there already on bricks. It's just going to be wood that's the problem. Oh, I think we're going to tell them to start hacking down trees over here. And move a bunch of these people over. And start helping. So all these people with the little shield above their head now are in range of the palace and are considered local militia. It basically means that all of my little people running around have spears now. I'm actually going to build a bit of a surplus of military and see if I can go skirmish with them. While we work towards that palace, we just need the wood. That's all that we need at this point. But wood is actually a really quick resource to harvest, especially currently. That little attack move is wonderful. Big fan. All right, so now we are consuming a lot of resources in a very short period of time. What can we do now? Let's just make my slingers better because I have a bunch of them. They're the majority of my defense currently. But that little attack force that they threw at me is clearing out pretty quick. Okay. Now it's just a matter of food. We need 200 food. Just tell them to go eat a wild boar.
Bush?
And get these two to build us another clay pit. So we're going to need another one of those, like, stat. So the fun thing about wild boars, like I was saying earlier, is they're actually quite tough, and you really need your military to help with them. But they do have a good amount of food in them. Smart select, military, move the military over there. Grab those extra slingers, this extra soldier, and we're just going to Q attack move this. All right. Food is dropping down real quick, which is kind of why I'm Q attack moving this. They've already got a much larger military than I've got, but all I'm really trying to do is lower down my food consumption a bit so that we can harvest more food so I can get that palace and get better soldiers. As I do feel like I have a better defensive system than they do. Food is increasing. Let's do that. Make my buildings stronger. Who doesn't want stronger buildings? Come on, guys. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. These villagers are kind of just acting as bait currently. All right, they're going to run down here and build us that palace. I do kind of wish that it was a little bit clearer that you were getting attacked, like the little sword on there helps, but I'd like a kind of a shing or something. Makes it a little bit clearer. Also, I think this game could do with a lot more blood. Just give me a blood slider. Let me crank the blood all the way up to maximum and just let things make things explode. Maybe I'm a bad person, but I like that kind of stuff. Your people are starving, yes, because I powered through the surplus and got rid of everybody real quick. So the palace, well, is one of those buildings where I can, if I'm understanding this correctly, I can send units into here. And then they can defend it? Yes. So I want to send villagers into here to make them into priests, essentially. Putting more people into the palace. Yeah, so they're generating knowledge, which helps us research things. All right, you down here, now we can make spearmen, and we can make archers, which is going to require a lot more food resources. I'm going to actually grab these guys up here. Or these guys, come on. Start building more farms. Same with you. Thus, everything falls into chaos of me just placing buildings everywhere. It's funny, when I play Dwarf Fortress, I'm very specific about everything looking nice, but games like this, nah. So yes, a very simple RTS game, which is deceptively difficult. Deceptively difficult. Need more wood. Queue up more mining. See if I can send out a small skirmish. Oh, they're coming for me, so might as well back off a little bit. Gonna need to repopulate my towers with better units pretty soon. In fact, can just put you up there right now. All right, fighting is going on. Really like the heavy axeman, I think. It's probably my favorite. As for unit balancing, it seems to be your pretty standard rock, paper, scissors system. With medium, heavy, and light units, etc. Although I'm not too advanced in games like this to be able to really say one way or another. All right, we got more military units building. Gonna build a second one of these. Uh-oh. Of course, you know, there's also the Wonder Victory. Maybe we should just go for that. Go for the Wonder Victory. Just attack, move us up. My soldiers die, I do gain an influx of food. Grab you. I'm also gonna need more bricks. Although, actually, I'm kind of sitting on maybe way too many bricks. And I also have some stuff I can put points into. Okay, let's carry more resources. Give everybody more health. So now they have these little carriages that they can pull to signify that they're carrying more items at a time, or more resources at a time. Try and hit that under construction tower before it finishes. But I do just love how quickly this game kind of evolves. It really does feel like the place that we're living in here is constantly changing. Just because of the ways the buildings look and how they all look kind of different, and how the fertile crescent that we're settling in becomes this swath of farmland instead of a treed up little menagerie. I love that visual. I think that this game's really got a lot of style. I've got high hopes about this one, putting it simply.
Oh.
And I don't get excited about RTS games very often. Okay, we just need to increase our food. We need more food! Shall invest in industrial farming.
Huh?
I'm gonna put another granary over here. Wherever that went. Granary. That is quite a lot of dudes right there. Seems like the towers are kind of my best bet to victory.
Huh? What?
Also, I appear to have everything that I need for this.
Would be.
Let's see if I can make this silly strategy of just building a wonder over here work out. Maybe. I would actually like to see them just hit me with everything they've got and do their best. See if they can actually take me out. I think it's possible.
Nun.
I'm going to route some archers over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess. For each tower.
What?
Let's grab us some... Let's grab us better masons and faster mining. And I've got my spears coming over. How long until... Oh, not enough resources. Well, that checks out. We can jump up and into that.
Yeah.
Looks like we're short on some of the wood.
Huh? Yeah.
Start sending my people back over to farm. Then these guys are going to jump onto these trees right here. Well, actually, they're not going to do that. They're going to build us a... I do not have the resources for it, do I? I was going to build myself a resource dump, but don't know the spot. I don't know the space for it, so... All right, there we go. There's our wonder.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure what the point of putting these spears up in there is.
Okay.
Okay, sending these soldiers over here to help work on wood, because we're actually doing quite all right on the clay pits currently.
Huh? Oh.
How many more people do I need? Maybe one? Completed stage 1 of Wonder. So now that we have the Wonder, we have to upgrade it to level 2. We need 50 more wood to do that. Well, 25 more wood to do that, actually. Not so bad. This is my first time messing around with the Wonders, so we're learning this in real time. They have seemed to have, I was about to say, it seems like they've stopped attacking me, but that's very much not true. I'm just not paying any attention.
Two. There.
All right, smacking you, smacking you.
True.
And my military over. It seems like they are only attacking at the one angle. Maybe that's just the extent of what the AI has to offer currently, at least on the beginner difficulty. Certainly seems that way.
What?
Okay. All right, so you three, I would like you jump down onto that. We're gonna level you up. Then I'm assuming I need to bring my villagers over to construct it again. Yep. You are going to stay on food. Is food important? Impotente. On that. And then once they're done with that, we're gonna throw ourselves back at other options. Uh-oh. A little fight happening. Looking for a repair option. There's one, I'm not seeing it. Better archers were a worthy investment, I think. We're building some cheaper units. Just get me more slingers. Looks like we're just lacking in the wood department. I need them to finish that. Fighting over there on the corner. Come on. Dunk. So for level 3, we just need another 75 wood because we've got surpluses in everything else. But yeah, this is kind of the game right now. We have this and we have single player and multiplayer. Simplistic but interesting little RTS. Faster military training speed, always want that. You know we're gonna need more of that. All right. This tower for a second here. Let's boot you out of the building. Never mind, stay inside. All right, let's level you up. Jump back down to the fighting. Note to self, make sure that you select and tell them to attack move. Otherwise, they just seem to kind of die immediately. Got 2 villagers currently not doing anything. See if I can repair this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the repairing is exactly the way I feel like it should work. The reason it wasn't working is I guess you just can't repair when there's enemies around, which makes sense. That's a mechanic I can tolerate. Not gonna complain about that. We got our heavy axe man chasing this, you know, scout around. Thunk, done. Perfect. Man, this little line of towers has been doing work for us this whole time. Shout outs to little line of towers. We're gonna make another resource camp right there in the middle. So they don't need to go all the way back. They can just gather up these trees and resources in the middle here. Still starving. Don't want them to be starving. We're working on it. Finish that up. Yeah, let's just bring everybody over to finish this wonder off. Stage 3 of Zwanda. While we're fighting on the front lines. Bringing back my dudes, because this is not good for us. Just dying in a meat grinder. Alright, there we go. While that finishes up. If they come a little bit further back, they will regret their words and deeds. Alright. You guys are going to go do that. And go back to harvesting wood, I hope. They should just go back to wood. Yep, perfect. Although not all of them, because there's not enough wood to go around, it seems. Not enough resources, and my people are starving. But, you know, this all checks out. Let's level up my javelin throwers. So to level this up again, we need a lot more food than we have currently.
Good.
And currently we have, like, no food. So,
Huh? Good.
just going to put down the animals in the vicinity.
You're right. Right.
Problem is, I've been spending too much money on soldiers. Says everybody. I've been spending too much money on soldiers. Like, all I really want is, like, you know, a nice economy and to be able to feed all my people.
Right.
Be so much nicer that way. Only that's how the world worked. Level up my axeman. Currently, yeah, food is the #1 concern.
Huh?
Although I will say, we are recovering this issue mighty quick.
What's there?
Getting a bunch of these people working on hacking down trees because I still need wood. Much as I joke about just needing food and all that, we do still need wood. There's fighting happening over by my towers again.
What?
You know what? Let's actually do this.
Learn.
Okay, so shoutouts to javelins. They sound like laser guns. You hear that? No wonder we're winning. We have laser guns. And then there's just one slinger at the end there. Poor slinger, he's had a rough life.
Right.
Oh, I'm understanding now why I always have villagers piling up there. It's because it's still building villagers.
Yeah.
All right. Looking like here we need wood and food. Those are the two things that we are short on that we need a surplus of.
Who? There. Learn.
Let's just remove you. There you go. Get erased. Fights begin again.
You're right.
Really need them to just wait here.
What?
Okay. Wood is increasing once again. We are slowly restocking up that food surplus, which we will get. I do not think that this enemy army can actually fight me back, though. Because they're sending two small groups to really get through my towers. I need bigger groups to get through. Be wise of them to do, I don't see them doing that anytime soon. Send 4 archers. Put them in that tower right there. While we bleed this half dry over here. We're going to need to spread up here real soon.
Oh?
In fact, I might just go do that. Just go throw a granary back here. And take this village center. Send them up there.
Huh?
And send you up here for the exact same thing. There are also markets, which I probably should be messing with. I'm not currently.
What?
And you guys are all there. Run over here. Actually, no. Go down there and go grab those berry bushes. Okay, 2 soldiers jump in that. 3rd soldier jumps in that. This is going to power up this defense quite significantly. Going to start. Oh, it's click and drag. I get it. Start doing this. Everybody's favorite part of real-time strategy games, building a wall.
Ah.
Bringing more soldiers over. They're gathering those resources up there as quickly as I am. Perfect. This is continuing.
Oh.
We're going to set up some more farming. All right, so to level you up, we can do. And bring all those extra villagers over.
Huh? Huh.
2. Got this kid right here who's going to go work on that. We get to level up our wonder once again.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna build a clay pit over there, which is going to be the most inconvenient clay pit of all time.
Huh?
But it's fine. We'll let them just work on that for a little bit. Actually, no, I'm gonna stop them from doing that and bring them over here to help on this. And with all of you.
There.
Get over here. We got plenty of food, plenty of everything. But yeah, I have a feeling if I was playing against a stronger AI, their attacks would be significantly more consistent. The problem is with me and the harder AI is I found myself not even making it long enough to be able to get to the point where I could find out if I could be consistent. Just need more clay. But yeah, these little dudes on towers just feel like Stronghold in the best way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they're realizing that they actually need to attack me. Make a bunch of light axemen. I need to bring in more villagers.
Right.
Just deal with you.
Right.
And we finished our wonder. That's my first ever victory in this, believe it or not. Look at how much food they had compared to me. Oh boy. We finished our wonder. Thumbs up. That or the AI surrendered, one of the two. But that is our look at the Fertile Crescent. Of course, you know, we have the option to explore map. I would love to see more stats on this stat screen, but it's all that you can really ask for at this point. And then outside of the normal, like, skirmish mode, there's also a horde mode. I'll just drop into it briefly to just kind of show you what it looks like and how it differs from the main game. If I pause for it, well, I don't even need to because I'm not going to play it, but this is the horde mode, so it gives you an icon on the edge of the map where they're going to come from, and then it's, if you've ever played They Are Billions, it's the same format. Things come in from the edge of the menu. But that is my little first look at the Fertile Crescent. Once again, this is a game that I've been keeping an eye on for a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream it. Let me know if you'd like to see me stream some of this. But I want to see more games like this. This is one of the genres that got me into video games back in the day in the first place. Games like this are the reason I love games. So I'd like to see games like this succeed. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to take a moment, you can go over to my YouTube channel and see more videos like this. Or if you want to hear more of my voice, there's links to my podcast and live streams down in the description of this video. If you want to support the work I do and the videos that I post, there's a link to my Patreon in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.